Get these 5 things while you still can. Hey everybody, I'm Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. There's a lot to prep. There's a lot to think about. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things that we need to think about, and we need to prioritize what we're getting when we're getting it. So these are 5 items that I feel you need to get now while you still can, because these are items that are more likely to be banned by the government, to not be able to attain, and or laws change, stuff like that. So let's get into the video. Number 1, and this isn't really in a numerical order, but it is what it is. Number 1, I'd like to cover one of my favorites, one of my most important preps, because I feel it is vital to surviving any kind of long-term event, especially when medical care is not available. You know where I'm going with that? So for a while there, you could go to pet stores and feed stores and get things like this. You could get amoxicillin, penicillin, doxycycline, other antibiotics. Well, they changed the laws. I did hear you might still be able to get the fish ones, which is what both these are, fish amoxi and fish penny. They're in 250 milligrams dosages, which are kind of funny because that is close to the dose that people need. But so you might still be able to get the fish amoxi and the fish penny and stuff like that, but you may not be able to. I haven't gone to my local feed store or pet store to check that out lately. So this is a vital prep that you need to have in your preps. With that said, how do I get antibiotics? Good question. One of my favorite companies so far ever to work with is amazing. Good feedback, customer service, quick delivery, amazing products. That is Jace Medical. You see the lighting there, Jace case. This is a Jace case. Man, I'll tell you what, this is one of those preps that you cannot get by any other source. This is one of those preps. There's other companies out there that may be doing this, but I know that they are a really good company, reputable, all those things. Doctor calls you up, they prescribe it to you. So this is all prescription. It is amazing. I mean, the stuff that comes in the Jace case here, let me go over it really quick. We're gonna get on to the other items, which I think you're really gonna like also. So I'm not just drowning on about this. I'm not trying to, erythromycin, sorry if I stumble in the words, I'm not a doctor, but there you have all for good case. Ciprofloxacin, there is metronidazole, amoxicillin, and doxycycline. All come in this case, as well as a guide on how to use them. I just can't say enough. This is a vital prep. You gotta get them, you gotta have them. Anyway, enough about that. We know how important that is. So what's the next item that I would like to talk about? Well, as I mentioned before, laws change. The government loves exerting more and more control over us and taking away more and more of our freedoms and telling us what we can and cannot buy. This next one is probably going to be on the list very soon for them to ban. That is body armor. This is worn from being in my plate carrier. This is a battle steel polyethylene ballistic panel. This is a 3+. Should I have gotten the 4? Well, for the weight and for what it gives me, I feel that the 3+, you know, works fairly well. Good stuff. If you want to check out this stuff and a review on it with multiple hit, all the good stuff, check out Mr. Guns and Gear. He took these battle steel plates from Botac and shot the heck out of them, and they performed very well. So body armor is, you know, the government's going to go for that next. And speaking of body armor, ballistic helmets. Ballistic helmets are right up there also. Do you have to have a ballistic helmet? No, you don't. But if you're going to be doing the stuff, running and gunning, if you're going to be one of those security type people in an SHTF scenario, a ballistic helmet may fit your needs. It may be something you want to get. Also, you may just want to get it because you may not be able to in the near future. So ballistic protection. I've always said, how much is your life worth? Body armor, ballistic helmets. they have their place. Next on the list is one that a lot of us love. A lot of us love this topic. And you know the government is always going after these. I cannot even buy this in my state anymore. That is a good rifle, semi-automatic rifle. This is an AR-15. You know they're going to be going for these. So if you don't have a good quality, doesn't have to be high end, just a good quality, good functioning rifle such as this, you might want to look into it, because like I said, you can't even buy these in Washington State anymore. You can still have them, but you can't buy them, you can't bring them in, you can't do anything with them in this state. If you have them, you can keep them, that's about it. And because we talked about that, what goes along with a firearm to make it function? Well, you gotta have these, right? And these also I can no longer buy in my state. You can only buy the 10 rounders in this state. Luckily, I'm a prepper. I'm proactive, not reactive, so I have plenty of these. These are very important. That will not function without these. You need these to save your life. I'd say bare minimum, I'd say 12. Could you do with 10? I don't like the 10 number. I don't even like the 12 number. I prefer the 20 number and or more. This is just a Magpul PMag. They're not that expensive and it's a must. You gotta have this. Okay, so we covered the firearm and the magazines. Important, right? Well, it's not gonna function without these, right? It's not gonna function without these. Get these while you can. This is 62 grain green tip. You don't have to have this, pluses and minuses of it, but this is a standard that our group has standardized on. So all of our ballistics, all of our holdovers, all of our dope is centered around this round. Be it what it may be. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but get your ammo. More about ammo. This is handgun ammo. Good quality handgun ammo. This stuff is pretty decent. This is the Winchester 9mm 147 grain hollow points. Not too bad, but also not the best. I'm gonna show you my favorite here as soon as I put this away. Actually, first I'll show you my one that you can get away with, that I feel is pretty decent. And that is the, which one is it? The Hornady XTP 124 grain hollow points. These are pretty good ammunition. But even better, my absolute favorite right here, the Hornady Critical Duty Personal Defense 135 grain flex lock plus P. That is my pretty much go-to round in my handgun. Great ammunition. We don't know how much longer this kind of stuff's going to be around. So you might want to think about getting some. We know that they've already attacked the antibiotics and your ability to get them without a prescription. They've already attacked constantly for a long time the firearms, the magazines, the ammunition. We know that's coming. And along with that, you know they're going to go for the body armor. So these are 5 things that I feel are very advantageous for you to prep now, to stockpile now. We have to be ready for whatever comes, and there's a lot of other things out there that you could also stockpile. Of course, food and water are 2 big ones. Of course, those should be near the top of your list. And along with the antibiotics, other forms of medical supplies. I feel, and from what I see, medical and water are 2 areas that preppers don't really get it down as well as they should, maybe. The other areas, like firearms, ammunition, magazines, a lot of people go that route in the body armor, but think about these 5 things, but also analyze your preps. Look at what you have. Think about your weaknesses. Where can you improve your weaknesses? We all have weaknesses in our preps. We need to constantly be analyzing our preps and to see where we need to improve, to see where we can move forward. better ourselves, better our chance for survival. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.